Assalamualaikum warahmatullahi wabarakatuh. Our final year project is Fuzzy DELPHI model for assessing student performance in the problems of mathematics learning.
I'm the group leader. My name is Nur Anis Amalia Binti Mohamed Ridzuan, and this is our supervisor for Nur Aishah Binti Mohamed.
Hi, my name is Muhammad Syafiq bin Kamarul Azman. Abstract. Most of the students are lack of interested in subject mathematics. This is because their understanding of this subject are very low. Secondly, the effectiveness of the portfolio in the problem-based learning, which is PBL, for these subjects need to be evaluated through fuzzy DELPHI method, which is FDM. And lastly, this research only focus on metric subject.
In this study, we will use the PBL model as a learning model where PBL can help improve student performance. We will be able to see an improvement in student performance after implementing the portfolio system, where expert acceptance will be known once the FDM assessment method is completed. Initially, we found that the DELPHI method could be used to solve the objective of this study, but after identifying all these problems, we decided to use FDM, a combination of supervisor theory and the DELPHI method. As you can see, this is our objective for this study that needs to be achieved, where the first objective will be our main focus. The FDM technique that has been chosen makes this study more meaningful as it has many benefits that will help us as researchers to get faster and more ideal results. In this study, 10 upper secondary students, 4 students, and 10 experts from Mohamed departments and MPM were involved as participants in our questionnaire. Next, the responses will be taken through the evaluation method, and finally we will go through the FDM evaluation process.
Literature review. I will talk about the function and improvement of fuzzy DELPHI method. Firstly, fuzzy DELPHI method can be used to analyze the best way for the teaching and for the learning. Secondly, building digital literacy skill for junior high school students. And lastly, to assess and rate the English skill of pre-service teacher. Table beside me is the application of the fuzzy DELPHI method. We can see here in the 2018 authored by census, the application they use is required type of assessment, competency and development e-portfolio model. Secondly, in 2019, Musa'ad used this fuzzy DELPHI method to differentiate skill to work productively and are prepared to assist students in learning. And lastly, 2020, SAI use FDM to evaluation requirement for the learning indicator.
The figure shows a flowchart for research methodology. It begins with the acquisition of data and ends with the selection of expert agreements. This table shows responses for some parts of the questionnaire. Like skills from 1 to 5 used in the questionnaire, the fuzzy skills listed will be implemented in this study. From the responding data, only part B and so on will be used, and we will follow the conversion table as on the previous slide. In this step, the average will be calculated using the average formula as shown. Therefore, M1, M2, and M3 will be able to be identified. M1, M2, and M3 follow the order in fuzzy number triangle. Therefore, the threshold value can be calculated, and the result is shown in the next slide. Keep in mind that this session will determine whether the item or question meets the expert agreement or not. Based on the questions that have been accepted by the experts, percentage of agreement is calculated. This is one of the important parts where it will determine the elements accepted from the expert agreement.
Next, I will talk about result and discussion. As we can see here in the table, there are red color in the table, which means is the rejected question. This is because the threshold value of D are above 0.2. That means like we can see here in the section B question 4, the threshold value is 0.24. That means the more than 0.2. That's why we reject it. Next, I will talk about the ranking order by the section. So here is in the section B. So we can see here for taking the first place in the section B is question number 3. And then secondly, question number 1, and thirdly we'll get question number 2. Here the verdict of agreement for the section B. We can see here there are only one respondent that answer sorry agree, and most of it answer is agree, and only one person also answer sorry disagree. Here is the validation for the fuzzy DELPHI method. As we can see here, the total percentage we get is 80.95, which means above 75%. That's mean we can conclude that fuzzy DELPHI method is accepted for this project.
Is about the comparison between t less than or equals to 0.2 and t greater than 0.2. Thus, we can conclude that the student's performance in matrix learning is at the very best level because the percentage of t less than or equals to 0.2 is the highest, where d less than or equals to 0.2 represents the expert agreement. Relational section the comparison of distances between two fancy numbers, the more useful it is for future researchers. Predicting future performance with a combination of FTM and other methods will provide more useful and ideal results. Thank you.